Welcome. Saturday night, party night. Saturday night, party night. Welcome. Vanguardian News on another edition. And happy holidays, everyone. If everyone is still out there shopping or whoever participated in the holidays, the Christmas and Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, and much more around the world. If you partake in that, happy holidays to you. My name is Mahfouz Al-Qadir. I'll be hosting tonight, as I always do. And the message or my mood of the day is just relax. We're approaching the last few weeks of the year. And for those who don't know, I always, when it comes to the last, few weeks of the year, each year, I always have a upload or video in regards to, refreshing, and reflecting the year. Whatever it is, whether you assess your health at, your mental state, health, your eating, your diet, all that's important to relax. But a lot of it's mental, and a lot of it's that we just got to get over. The fear of failure, so to speak. A lot of people, they want to do these New Year's resolutions, and when it comes down to it, they might put 2 weeks in. They might not even go a month. I salute the effort if you tried, but don't put too much pressure on yourself. Whatever you do, whether you partake in exercising or want to start a workout regimen, a program, start off slow. It's not a race. It's a lifestyle. So you're not competing with anybody else. You're just going through your lifestyle, your daily walk, whether it's 15 minutes, whether it's 20 minutes, whether it's 5 minutes, a workout, whether you do some push-ups, some sit-ups, pull-ups, just walking in the park. Although I suggest watch out for the wildlife in the park. That's just me. I've been watching all these bear attacks on YouTube and stuff. That stuff, I'm not gonna front, man. You have me frightened out here just looking at the woods, man. You know what I mean? My backyard. I'd be kind of like, paying attention a little bit. Because you never know. These jokers come out of nowhere, and they got endurance. They'll run you down. You're not getting away from them. Once they got your scent, that's it. So, but yeah, back to the workout. Yeah, whether you get out here and take a walk, I like to go. If I get my walks, I like to do it around 10:30 in the morning. I usually do a morning walk, and just to get my mental, the air is a little fresh, around that time it's crisp, and you get a light, whether it's a light jog or a light brisk walk. I get out. I like to be outdoors, and I like to move around. I don't like to stay still and be stagnant. I like to move around and continue to do my own thing and meditate, get my thoughts together, how I'm going to attack the rest of the day after this walk and so forth. So that's just me. That's what I do. That's how I vibe during the day. I've cut back coffee and the caffeine because sometimes coffee gets you a little jittery. I haven't drunk a cup in a while because last time I drank a cup, I was jittery because I was infrequent. I used to be every morning a coffee, banana, or so some orange juice or something like that. But since I've laid off on it for a while, I can't just drink like I used to do, maybe a 16-ounce coffee in the morning. I can't do that. Even a 12-ounce will probably have me all over the place. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't like that feeling. I ain't gonna front. So I kind of got away from that. Haven't really using my green tea. Haven't really got that. Got away from that as well. But I need to be consistent with my diet. And I know, you need to eat to live, and not live to eat, as we know. And I really need to be more consistent as far as my diet. I need to be drinking more water. I'm conscious of drinking water. I do get water in, but I can get a lot more in. And I got to be conscious of that. So when the holiday season come up, your eating intake increases. All these good, rich, delicious meals that your relatives bring over, or you conjugate with your relatives and come together and have the holiday dinner. Make sure you add some fitness in there. You know what I mean? Take some time out, hour or two a day, and get some recreation in. Whatever you do, whatever your routine is, get your mind together. Get motivated. Whatever you do to motivate yourself. Get that workout in. Get moving a little bit. Get the blood flowing. Get the heart rate up a little bit, and don't overdo it at your own pace. You know what I mean? You don't have to go to no gym. You don't have to do anything. You can just probably, whatever you do, whether you go to the grocery store, whatever, get some steps in. You know what I mean? And I think in the long run, that's good for you. Get that blood flowing. Black people, people of a darker hue in America, we just got to get our diets better and really take our health, physical health and mental health very serious. And so be conscious, be mindful, and whatever you do, like I said, just include it in your regimen. Because we got a lot of things we could stress over. You got work, you got, Christmas, trying to get your presents to your loved ones and trying to get everything in order. And it's a lot on our plate right now. But as individuals, we tend to work it out. You got the news and all the stuff regarding that, like the release of, Miss Griner and BG. And once again, I'm glad she's home. But there's a lot of things happening. And a lot of things in politics, I call it politics, that they're going to try to throw at you, for votes. And, pay attention to what's going on. Kind of see the forest through the trees, so to speak, if you can. I mean, just kind of, they'll move the ball on you a lot of times, especially America and the press and, the political parties and their rhetoric. They'll tend to, like I said, the 3-card Marley trick, because they only pop out for your votes. And a lot of people, they tend to, kind of vote their allegiance to the Democrat or Republican Party. But, at what point do we hold them accountable when we give our vote? We can't be so freely and blindly, just give people votes without them being held accountable. Biden still needs to be held accountable for the promises that he made during his campaign, his presidential campaign. Everybody has been kind of taken care of. The Asians and, this we had this COVID bill / Asian bill. I'm sorry, but so there's a lot of things happening, man. But when it comes to my folks and stuff like that, then it seems to be sidestepped and tabled to another time, as always. So keep pressure on people, man. Keep the pressure on in these your local officials, even your county government, your civil leaders, and the people that's representing you, or so-called saying they representing you. Stay on them, man, because the only that's how you get the results. At the end of the day, that's how you get the results. You got to hold their feet to the fire, and stick to your ground roots and grassroots movements and initiatives that you want to. You got to go. You got to be a participant in it too. You have to show up and be on the front lines, like I said before, because they're musicians, man. They run that game, and they expect black folks to go for everything that they say. Promises, 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 but yet little results. And quite frankly, I had enough. I'm fed up. I want some more results. And so that's just me. So I think this year I'm going to be more proactive. Start paying attention. Start getting a little bit more research on topics that I'm not familiar with. Try to get a little more insight into the political field as far as the initiatives that's being tabled in Congress and the Senate. We don't know what kind of the Republicans have overtaken the House, so they'll be led by the Republicans, and so we'll see how this dynamic will play out. And the Democrats have maintained actually increased their lead in the Senate. But you had this one lady from Arizona, the senator, who's up for re-election, by the way, but she claimed Siani or something like that. I forgot her name, but she claimed independent this past week. So it's neither here nor there. I think the Democrats are kind of fed up with her. So depending on what caucus, how she's going to caucus, maybe she'll caucus democratically, but you never know. Arizona is a key state. You want to kind of keep it how it's going, but they need to put some money in Arizona, the Democrats, to try to either back another opponent, which I'm rumored they have some guy that's rumored to be ahead of her if she was to run now, or if the re-election came up. I think he got like 79% support as far as the Democratic support in her district. So she's the incumbent, but we'll see. By her announcing this independent status, we don't know. So keep an eye on that. And indicted or charged? Well, actually not indicted. They were found guilty of deceiving, the state government or the government. I'm not sure, but they were found guilty on something. There's so many charges in regards to Trump. I can't keep up with everything, but his company has been held accountable as far as found guilty in defrauding or not being forthright with all their business dealings that they reported, and this, that, and the other. So keep an eye on that too. That's just another scandal or another blow to Trump, and definitely his company, but could affect his campaign. As you know, he's announced he's running for the president in 2024. So we'll see. We will see. But as far as my indigenous people, my Moorish Americans, my brothers of a darker hue, brothers and sisters of a darker hue, my Latino brothers, my brothers from around the world, my West Indian brothers, Caribbean brothers, however you want to label yourself, however you feel comfortable with. We need to unite. We need to bond together, find for something that we all can win at. And like I said, if you are a registered voter in the United States And if you are of a darker hue and you're one of the groups that I named, let's come together. We can do it together. We can shake up the world if we unify and become one, become a movement, a nation. And not we don't have to be exclusive, but if you want to do something for us, and if you're not of, if you're just, whether you're European or whatever, you know what you can do for us? You can call BS on some of the stuff that's happening in the Republican Party. You can call BS on the racism that's going on in this country and the politics that's designed to keep people of color under a rock and excluded as far as some of the means of this country that can help us and assist us and open up some doors for us to have opportunities and not just sitting in the lobby and just, you know how it is, they just passive. Oh, okay, yes, if you're gonna have a movement, we got to make sure we see it through, because all of the fake, oh yes, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, all of that George Floyd, that was the last time, I thought things were really gonna change, but it seemed like it's still not changing. It still seems slow. We had all the Congress and people taking these knees and this protest, but we're in the last couple of years since that's happened, where have we been outside of the trials and everything else? There's still things happening, and that's where I'm at. Because we can get riled up over certain causes, but we don't, see them through, and Congress, it'll be hot for a minute, now, it's hot. These topics are hot, but then after a while they die out, or we just, they're not covered. And, we saw that all this protesting and the people that were protesting, a lot of these movements were backed by people who really didn't have our best interests at heart. It was just, it was a distraction. Look at the Black Lives Matter. The intentions were good, but there's some issues there. In that, in that organization, or, there's so many Black Lives Matter affiliates. But, real recognize real, man. A lot of people got rich. Let's just call it what it is. A lot of people got rich. A lot of people profited off of it. But a lot of the families that Black Lives Matter that was, so-called champion for, they didn't get anything. You understand what I'm saying? But I saw a lot of people getting houses. They were getting rich. But what did the families get? Did the families get any assistance outside of their name being used for a cause? But at the end of the day, people lined their pockets up. Is that right? Is that what we're doing? We're still hustling. We're still hustling the people. While people are getting mansions and houses and when you call them to the carpet, they can't give a clear explanation of how this happened, and the families are left out. Did the families get anything out of it? All these millions that the Black Lives Matter champions for democracy and equality and the end of racism, the so-called marching bullhorn people, the ones that got all these houses, did the family get anything? Did the family get any money? I know George Soros was backing a lot of them. Did the families get anything out of it outside of just being used as pawns for a bigger agenda a more sinister agenda. I mean, someone has to call it out. You know, real recognize real. You can't pull fast ones on people and expect, we'd sit back and just say, oh, you know what I mean? But like we didn't look, like we didn't see it. Like we didn't peep game. So that's just, these are just questions. These are just questions, ladies and gentlemen, just questions. I'm just asking questions. Where'd the money go? Did everyone get a house? Did the family members get any, type of support, any type of justice? Yes, I'm going to speak up on it, man, because, it kind of irks me, man. It kind of, don't fraud the people. Don't run amok on us. Because we'll peep it, we'll peep it real quick. And unlike some people just kind of like, it is what it is. No, you need to be called out. You need to be called out because it's not right. I'm not talking to the ones who really was righteous in their efforts to make change and to bring awareness and to advocate for people who are not in a position to have their voices, heard. You know what I mean? But everything else that they were doing in them, I'm not jacking that. No, I'm not jacking it. It's foul. Foul. Blow the whistle on it. Call you out. And the ones that was righteous, that were doing their thing, and seeing the real cause and real movements was being done on what you was trying to do as far as your agenda, and if you got some movement in that, then great. But there's a lot of them that got rich, a lot of them, and so you got to call them out. You got to call them out, man. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. They think people are stupid, man. People are not stupid. Game recognize game. That's all I'm going to say. Game recognize game. It is what it is. What else was on my mind? I'm not going to be all night here, man. I'm going out. I'm partying. I'm going somewhere. But what else is, what is it, 11 o'clock? Yeah, I'm going somewhere, man. I think I'm going to get out for an hour or two. Or somewhere. The Deion Sanders and the HBCU situation, Jackson State situation. Look, as far as I'm concerned, they stole from that man from the beginning when he got in there. That's our problem, man. We steal from each other. We backbite each other all the time. We bite each other's flesh. We tear it off. We're hard on each other. Now they defacing murals and street signs or names on the building saying that the man sold out. A lot of mismanagement at HBCUs. Let's call it what it is. Let's keep it a buck. Sometimes the math ain't mathing. You know what I mean? When you have these sold out games and you counting the tickets and you counting the receipts and it's not adding up. Where's the money? Mismanagement of funds has always been an issue when it comes down. And I'm just going to keep it real. When it comes to black people handling the finances. You know what I mean? At the HBCUs. Let's keep it real. It is what it is. Let's call it what it is. Mismanagement of funds at these black colleges runs rampant. It's almost a culture, within itself. And it's sad because it's black folks. You're stealing from young people. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So yeah, he should have got the hell up out of there. You know what I mean? You know, keep up what he did. You understand? You don't put that energy, all that, misguided anger, put it in keeping up, maintain the standard, prove him wrong, prove him why, make it hard, keep up the legacy. Next coach to come in there, keep it up. He gave you a blueprint. You stole from that man. Man's coaching, trying to coach the team to a win. He comes back, his office is broke into. His car is broke into for his radio. Come on, man. Proceeds from game receipts are not adding up. You know what I mean? The man is cutting the grass. He's paying coaches out of his own pocket. You know what I'm saying? He's saying, pay the coaches. He's taking half the money off his salary, which is low, by the way, and trying to pay his assistant coaches so they can get on. Stop it, man. Stop with the fake fake outrage. Stop with the fake outrage. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. I'm calling you out. All you HBCUs, you presidents, man, get yourselves together, man. Get your houses in order. Yeah, and I get it. The government, give you a fraction of what the white colleges get. We know. That means we got to be more diligent, more boisterous, and demanding. And keep it real, the alumni really needs to start giving back. If you don't have an endowment program or sufficient, you still, how can you complain? If you're going to turn your back on your own alma mater, what do you expect somebody else to do? Or you want the government to pick up the tab? Okay, they pick up the tab for a fraction of what they're going to give you. And you got to step up too. Be more active. Have more bake sales or something. So that's all I got to say about that. Shout out to Deion Sanders. Brand new football coach for the Colorado Buffaloes. And those facilities he got out there, woo, my goodness, they look better than pros. Beautiful facilities. I mean, I'm going to call it out. And I know, yes, Colorado, University of College, big university and stuff like that, but it can happen at the HBCUs. It can happen. You can get indoor pools. You can get all that. They got grants out here. People got to go to work. Get all that through the state. Get it through the state. Get the state to work. Get a volunteer program. You know what I'm saying? So, gotta do something. We don't even know half of y'all are gonna survive. I heard an article that a lot of them are in trouble. So, that fake outrage that everybody had towards Deion Sanders, maybe should have some outrage towards supporting these schools that's in the red and on the brink of collapsing. Just keeping it real. That's just my perspective. But anyways, I'm off Fujal Kadir and I'm going to go out. And we'll see you soon. Take care. That's just my take. Peace.